Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So for today, we're doing a 10-minute makeup challenge. So I'm going to be walking you through my everyday makeup routine, which is right here. No foundation necessary. Yes, no foundation at all. I feel light, I feel great, but I look put together and I look covered and like I actually tried. So before we get into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you also turn on that post notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. 10 minutes starts right now. So this will take you even less time when you actually do it, but because I'm going to be talking through these products and what I'm doing, it's going to take a bit longer. So I'm going to start off with concealer. I'm going to use my Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I have the shade Light Beige. This is my favorite, especially for everyday. Now, for everyday, I don't always use a primer. I usually just use my moisturizer as my primer, but if you want to add a primer on, you're more than welcome to. And I'm just going to do under my eyes. I'm going to be a little bit more sparing, or the opposite of sparing when it comes to concealer for this look, because I do have some discoloration, as you can see. So I like to use the concealer to drag it over those areas just to hide. So I'm gonna go in and blend. I'm gonna make sure I get all around my nose, for the eyes, and as I had mentioned, a little bit over my dark spots. And then I'm gonna drag it over the lid. If you notice any black under my eyes, I just filmed prior to this and I tried my best to get all of the makeup off, but you know, when you wear liner and you try to take it off, it will show in your waterline for days to come. Like no matter what you do. I tried so hard to get this stuff off and yet here it still is. So I'm gonna take my pinky, get in the cracks and crevices, and I'm gonna get super up close to my eye and blend all of that out. Shoot, I literally got, I've had this sweatshirt for literally maybe 2 weeks. I've worn it 3 or 4 times, and not even 3 or 4 times, probably like twice. And I have stuff all over it already. It's so annoying. Okay, for moving on to bronzer and blush to kind of bring dimension back in the face, since we just kind of blanked everything out. I have talked about this before, but I'm going in with my e.l.f. Aqua Blush and Bronzer Duo, and this is in the shade Bronzed Pink Beige. It looks a lot like the NARS Laguna and Orgasm little duo, but this is $5. So I'm gonna first go in with bronzer. I'm gonna take the butt of my beauty sponge and literally just like work it in. What I like about this product is that it's very buildable. A lot of people complain that, oh, it's too sheer, it's too this, but I actually like that better, because especially on days where you're not wearing makeup, I don't wanna go in and then just like have the world's most, Charlie, my dog is like walking around if you hear little footsteps. I don't wanna have like the world's most like bronzed forehead or cheeks on like the day-to-day. But so I'm just gonna take this bronzer and I'm gonna go everywhere where I would normally bronze. And as you can see, this stuff like blends itself. It's so nice. And what I also love is that I have very dry skin. So like, yes, we're not going in, most people aren't going into an office building for work right now. However, if you do, it can be very taxing on your skin, especially if you have dry skin, if you're using powder products every single day. Because this is like the Aqua Infused line, and it's technically like, I would say like it's like a gel, like cream hybrid, but like super, super lightweight. But because of that, like you don't necessarily have to set this down, and it also doesn't, you know, like dry the crap out of your skin. And so I'm just gonna pinch my little sponge and I'm just going to hit the nose a wee bit, like so. When you're happy with how all of that looks, I'll sometimes go underneath my lip too. Now I'm gonna go in with the blush. Now, I don't always use this, but I personally love blush, and I'm just gonna dot it on the apples of the cheeks. I love blush, and that's normally the first thing to fade, so I like to apply this first. Sometimes I'll just leave it at that, but if I'm feeling peachy, I will, I'll go ahead and go over top with this with a powder blush, and that way it just lasts longer throughout the day. So once your blush starts to fade, well, then you're gonna have that cream underneath, so it's gonna help. I'm also gonna take this and put a little bit on the nose, and then I'm also going to go over my whole eyelid. And I talked about this in the video before, but I think this is the prettiest way and easiest way, like boom, eyeshadow is done. And it ties in with the rest of the look, and it just makes it look like you actually like tried. Now, sometimes, actually not sometimes, all the time, I'll usually do this with my bronzer or my blush. It just kind of depends what mood I'm in / like what I have in my hand when I remember to do that. But I just think it's so pretty. But I'll probably go over it a little bit with the powder blush that we use. And for that, did I bring a blush? Yes, I sure did. I have my...
Don't judge me.
It's just a little beat up. This is my face palette, and I have a ton of different blushes in here. So these are all like a hodgepodge of random things. So I'm gonna use this pink one here, and this is a blush by e.l.f. and it's in the shade Bright Pink, and it's $3. Ooh, way too much. And again, I'm just gonna take my blush brush and just go right over my eyes. And then I'm gonna go over this blush because I went a little bit heavy-handed. You guys, that liner is making its way down my face with a vengeance. Let's just ignore that. Now it's time to set, and I'm just gonna set a little bit under the eyes, and I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty loose baking powder, and I'm gonna take this and dot again just under the eyes, nowhere else, because we're not really wearing foundation or, you know, anything of that sort. So I'm just gonna put it everywhere. Ooh, powder's flying everywhere. I'm just gonna put this everywhere I put the concealer. Done. Okay, the fun part, highlight. I have this Soul Body highlight. This is technically for like the face and body, but this is in the shade Pink Champagne. Look at this. It's beautiful. You guys ready? Let's see if can I give you guys a swatch? Can you see that? How beautiful is that? So I'm just gonna take a little highlighter brush, and I'm gonna hit the tops of the cheekbones. So beautiful. Ooh. I think I definitely went a little heavy-handed, but I hit the brow bone, down the bridge of the nose, and then sometimes, not always, I guess I'll do it for today, I'll hit the inner corner, like so. This is a lot of highlight, so I'm gonna just go over everything real quick. Mascara. And the reason I'm rushing a little bit is because the battery light is flashing on my camera. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the lashes. And in the morning, I'm very like, okay, out the door. I don't care if my mascara is not perfect, just like get me out of here. So I usually just slap some on. And then I also hit underneath the eyes. Like so. So for brows, I have so much stuff in front of me, guys, and it's a total junky mess. If I could even find my brow products. Here we go. I'm gonna be using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and then I'm just gonna go and set them with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So I brush them upwards, like so, and then I just fill in the hairs, and I just do little like brush strokes and just fill in those sparse areas. Because we're not really wearing that much makeup, and this is supposed to be like a quick on the go, I'm not doing like a full-on sculpted brow like I normally would. It's truly just to fill in those hairs, just so that you look a little bit more put together. So I'm gonna stop here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go over everything with the spoolie. Okay, Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and set the eyebrows with my brow gel. And done. See how fast is this, guys? I told you, this makeup look is quick. Last thing is liner. So I'll usually just go in and go over my whole lip line. I have my ColourPop liner here, and this is in the shade Skimpy, and I'm just gonna go ahead and not only line the lips, but fill them in all the way. Oh, we're at 10 minutes. We're at 10 minutes, guys. However, in my defense, ooh, I'm talking through this. So, guess who finished? Okay, technically I cheated. Guys, I cheated because the bell went off first. However, I'm done. This is it. You don't have to set your face. You know why? Because this is everyday makeup and setting spray is expensive, so you don't need to use it every single day. I'm a hot mess. Anyways, guys, that completes today's video. This is my personal everyday makeup. I do this every single day when I used to go to work. Now we work from home, but to be honest, sometimes I'll put makeup on even now before I log on to my computer because it makes me feel better. But this is the completed makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I told you it's fast. Now, if you don't spend time talking and rambling on what you're using, I promise you this makeup look is quick, 5 minutes and you're out the door. So if you guys like this video, if you guys want to see more of your everyday types of makeup videos, definitely let me know in the comment section. Give this video a huge thumbs up and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Excuse me. Excuse me. I would like to add one more thing. Now, I know I was rushing, talking a mile a minute. I stressed my own self out watching this footage back. Now, if the timer weren't on, if the timer was not on, I wouldn't have been stressed, but the timer stressed me out. So, take your time when you're doing this makeup look, but I promise you it truly takes 5 to maybe 7 minutes. Thank me later. Bye, guys.